Hey, how you doing? Hope you're all good. I am back in The Sims 3 today to build my dream house. So I did this on my old channel with The Sims 4, and I'll show you a picture of what that looks like now. It's definitely way different to what I'm building today. My style has definitely changed over the years, but I wanted to always do it in The Sims 3. I always wanted to make a video just building my dream house, showing you what it looks like, and I could finally do it. So here we are. I'm just going to talk about the build first, get that out of the way, and then I'll jibber jabber about some other stuff to do with The Sims 3 and my custom world that I've recently released. But this home is a 1-bedroom, a 1-bathroom, and in the bedroom it has another room for like an office, and I've also put I don't know if it's a snake, a bird, or a lizard. I can't remember what pet I put in there, but you'll see throughout the video I do put a pet in there. Just can't remember which one it is. And I've also got a dog bed, I believe, because the sim that I've moved into this house isn't like my sim self. I don't play with my sim self anymore. I'll talk about that later on, but the sim that is in this house is just a random sim that I've made for this world, for my save file. I think he's called Marcus, and he's like the CEO of the movie business lot that I've created. But I believe I gave him a dog. I just can't remember the breed of the dog. My belly's starting to rumble. Of course, as soon as I start recording a voiceover, I start getting hungry. I wasn't hungry before I started this, and then my belly starts going. Typical life, eh? But anyway, back to the video. I didn't want to add any more rooms to this. I didn't feel the need. And I'll be honest with you guys, when I was building the world, I was doing all of the lot sizes first. And when I did this lot size, it seemed like it was really big. But when I came into build mode, after I'd finished doing all of the landscaping around the world, when I actually came into build mode to do this build, I was fully expecting it to have enough space for me to do a nice front garden, a nice back garden, and also give me enough rooms, like 2 bedrooms at least. But then I started building it and I realized how small this lot actually is. So that is the reason why there's only 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom. I would have added just 1 more at least, and I would have definitely have extended the back garden a little bit, just because I feel like the back garden isn't really what I would have in real life. I would definitely have a much bigger back garden for all of my dogs that I get, all of my German Shepherds running around and my Huskies. That is definitely my dream life. So I think with my next worlds, which I'm thinking I'm going to do like a British themed world. I don't know whereabouts in Britain I'm going to set it off yet. I've got a good idea. It's definitely going to have a seaside, do we call it a seaside? Yeah, it's going to have the ocean and it's going to have a nice beach area. It's definitely going to be a lot prettier than Blackpool or, you know, anywhere that's rough in the UK. I'm not going to build anywhere like that. Probably going to have a council estate somewhere in there. I'm definitely going to have a rough area, but I like to build beautiful worlds, so I might set it on Cornwall or Devon or somewhere like that. I'm really not sure yet. I need to crack on with that eventually. But yeah, when I do my British themed world, I'm definitely going to add a much bigger lot for when I do my dream house in that world. And I'll make a video for it for you guys. But that is in the future. Whether that'll happen or not, I don't know yet. But that is in the future. I'm just letting you know. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this build and you really want it, unfortunately, I haven't made a like tray file or whatever. I don't know how you do that with The Sims 3. I know that there's YouTube tutorials and stuff, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to go down that route of uploading each build individually and making a little file for it. And I know that there is the exchange, but I haven't used that in years. I don't know how you even work that thing anymore. I can try upload my builds onto the exchange, but I'll be honest with you, it's easier for you to just download my world. You can download it right now on Patreon, or if you can't afford and you just don't want to spend money on it, then you just have to wait until it's released for public. I leave it on Patreon like 1 to 3 months when I've made these worlds, and then I release them to public just to get a bit of a payment, get a bit of a reward back just for all of the effort that I've put into them. Because this world that I'm building in now, it took over a year to make, so I definitely wanted to receive a bit of payment back from it. And luckily you Sims 3 legends have come through. I'm going to talk about Patreon now that I've got the build info out of the way. Just want to say thank you again. I know that I talked about it in my last video. I don't want to bore you guys with me saying thank you in every single one, but please remember, I am new to Patreon. I've literally just started it 2 weeks ago, and I've already got 109 members. I've got more since, actually. I think I've got like 111 or 12 or something. Like, it's crazy to me. I did not expect to receive that much support on Patreon, especially like just after 2 weeks of having it. And also, I uploaded my Sims 3 World 2 weeks ago for you guys. I'm still a brand new channel as well, and it's just all shocking me. I didn't think that the Sims 3 community was still so alive and thriving. I knew that there was a community for the Sims 3, but I didn't think it was still the way that it is. I didn't think people were still as interested in finding new worlds and finding new lots and things like that, but really did shock me. It's cool to see. And it makes me wonder, I wonder if the Sims 2 community is the exact same. I wonder if that's still got a larger community. I know that the Sims 4 definitely has, because that's the current game. Obviously, that's going to have a community, and a lot of them are a bit insufferable, like I've mentioned, which I'm not going to bang on about again. But yeah, I didn't expect the Sims 3 to have still a big community, and it still be actively looking for new worlds. Like, one of my favourite Sims 3 YouTubers, which I didn't think that she'd ever even notice my channel, she's called Wisteria, by the way. She has made 2 videos so far. One of them was touring my world, Littlewood Haven, and then the other one, she did a Let's Play, and she's carrying on her own Let's Play using her own sim, but also just all of the sims that I've created in my world. And I find it so cool, man. I'm going to link her videos in the description. I just want to say a massive thank you to her, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have had as many patrons coming through. So I really do have her to thank for that. Like, seriously, if you're watching this, Wisteria, thank you for touring my world and playing in it and showing interest in it. And thank you for all of the compliments, and also anybody that has watched her video and commented. Like, thank you. Honestly, I've gone through all of the comments from her videos, and I'll still be doing it every Let's Play that comes out. I find it really enjoyable, but I've gone through all of them and liked them all. Just, you know, I appreciate this kind of stuff, man. I put a lot of effort into the world, and when people say nice things about it, I'm like, you are legends. Cheers. I really appreciate it. So I just want to say thanks to all of you, and also thanks to all of my patrons, like I've mentioned. But I think that's all I really wanted to say when it comes to Patreon and the builds. I'm just going to talk about The Sims 3 for a little bit. So I noticed that a lot of people are having issues trying to get The Sims 3 to work. When I uploaded my Sims 3 videos, I've had comments from a few people just saying that they wish that they could get The Sims 3 to run, but they've tried everything. What I would recommend you guys do, I am going to leave it in the description of the tutorials that I've watched, and I think I'm actually going to make a separate video, to be honest. I think I'm going to make a video just going through the videos that I've watched, just to try and help you guys out. I've also been following somebody on Twitter who had a lot of issues with The Sims 3, and she finally got it to work. So I'll try find the link that she used or the videos that she's watched. I believe she watched Pixelade's videos. Like, all you need to do, if you can never get a game to run, go to YouTube, type it in, and type in like Windows 10 or whatever issue you're getting. Like, if you know that the issue or what's causing it, just type it in on YouTube. Like, type Sims 3, for example. Sims 3, how to get the Sims 3 to work on Windows 10, or how to get Sims 3 to recognize my graphics card. Whatever the issue is, just search it on YouTube and you'll find loads of tutorials on there. You know, one of them might not work, but I promise you, you'll find something on there that should work for you. You should be able to finally get your game to run. And if it's giving you any other issues, like if you've got a lot of lag with your game, which you definitely will have if you've not played it in such a long time, you will need to get your game to recognize your graphics card and things. So there's loads of videos out there. I am going to make a separate video though. I don't know when, but I am definitely going to make a separate video just going through what helped me get the game to run and how you can get yours to run. Because I know a lot of people are having issues, especially with newer technology. Like if they've just got a new PC, it is latest graphics card or whatever, they're having a lot more issues. So it's just because it's an old game, obviously it's been running on older hardware, so you definitely need to get the game to recognize your graphics card and all of that other stuff. Yeah, I just noticed a few comments like that, and I'm like, oh shit, I wish I had a straight answer for you guys on how to get it to run, but literally there's a few steps that you just have to follow, and thankfully we've got other YouTubers that have made full-on videos explaining what to do. I would do a tutorial myself, but I honestly can't remember the steps that I used. I think I just had to update my graphics card with the game. I had to get the game to recognize it, and I think that I had to mess around with some settings, so I can't remember the full steps that I used. I'll just have to link the videos instead. But anyway, if any of you have downloaded my worlds, I hope that you are enjoying it, by the way. This is the world that I'm building in, Littlewood Haven, and I just really hope that you are having a lot of fun with it, whether you've downloaded it just to, I don't know, get the lots, because I know that a lot of people love to do that. They love to get these new worlds if they like certain lots that they've built and save it into their game and put it into their own world, or they like to put it into Sunset Valley or any of the other worlds that EA have made. So I totally get that. Just let me know in the comments if you've actually downloaded this world, how it plays, if you've been having fun, how you feel about it, if you still enjoy it or not. I noticed I got a lot of patrons like subscribing and then cancelling not long after, which I've got no problem with. I assume that these people are just joining to grab the download files and then they're cancelling it just in case they forget, you know, if the next month comes and they don't want to pay more. I totally get it. So I don't know, just let me know if you are enjoying it. Don't be too harsh. But I've not had any complaints and I've not had anybody having any issues yet. I had one person asking me, saying that they couldn't get it to run or something, but then after I spoke to them and told them where to put the files, they said that it's all sorted now. They just put it in the wrong place, so that was quickly resolved. But I've had nobody having any issues, which is shocking. I honestly didn't think that it would go so smoothly. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I have had the worst friggin' luck the past 2 weeks. I'll just talk about it. So I got paid and I got really excited wanting to buy an Xbox because I've been a bit bored on a night time after I worked on my world and worked on all my videos. I wanted something fun and relaxing to do on a night time, and I've got, like, I don't know what it is with me. I don't know where it's come from all of a sudden, but I've been really into retro games. I've wanted to go back and play older games like Saints Row, if you can even call it retro. I mean, that came out in like the early 2000s, so maybe you can call it retro. I don't have a clue. But it's a very old game. I wanted to play the original Saints Row, which I never managed to do because I always had a PlayStation and not an Xbox. So I ended up... What did I do now? There's a lot of fucking carnage that's happened. So I ended up getting an Xbox 360 at first. I thought that would have been fine. That would have done the job. I'd have been able to play all of the older games like Saints Row 1, Saints Row 2. And I even got Tomb Raider, you know, the trilogy that came out, Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld, because I wanted to play the DLC that came with Underworld. So I ended up getting those games. I went to CEX and I also went to some retro game shops and got those games. I went to York, I went all over the place. I just wanted to have a bit of fun and go game shopping. And I also bought some DVDs as well. So that was going to be my plan. I was just going to go every now and again to CEX every time I get paid, buy a new game that's, you know, pretty cheap, and I'd have that to play on my Xbox 360. So I remember going to the CEX in York and I found the Xbox that I wanted. That is why I went to York. So I went quite far on the train to York just to pick up the Xbox 360. It was the only one in stock that I wanted. And I thought that it would have worked because CEX definitely tell you behind the counter that they fully check everything and it's all working and blah, 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 because they don't actually test it behind the counter. He wouldn't test it for me anyway. So I remember picking it up, took it home. I got really excited. I was so happy. I was like, finally I get to do something relaxing, play a game, take my mind off of the fucking deep shit that's going on in the world these days, and enjoy a bit of gaming. So I plugged it in, and straight away it started making a really loud rattling noise, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, if it's this loud, how am I going to cope with this? But I was trying to excuse it because obviously it's a very old console, it's pre-owned. What, you can't really expect it to be brand new still, do you know what I mean? But I didn't expect it to be that loud. But I plugged in the games and I had an issue with Xbox Live straight away. It wouldn't connect because obviously Xbox, I think they're getting rid of the Xbox Live services or something like that, I think in June or whatever. So I just remember trying to connect to the Xbox Live but it just wouldn't connect, and I don't know what was going on. It just wouldn't connect no matter what. I tried following YouTube tutorials, nothing worked. I was like, how the frig am I going to download the DLC that I wanted? I wanted Saints Row 2 DLC, even the original Saints Row. And I also wanted the Tomb Raider Underworld DLC, like I've mentioned, because I never actually got to play that when it was released. So I just wanted to play it all, and I was like, I couldn't even connect to Xbox Live to do it, and it kept on saying you need Xbox Live to be able to download DLC. And also, I couldn't save the game because I didn't have Xbox Live. So I was like, what the fuck was the point in this? I got so excited for nothing. So I ended up sending it back. It had a lot of faults with it, and I sent it back, and they agreed it's definitely a faulty Xbox. They shouldn't have sold it in that condition. Yeah, I took it back. I had to wait a week to get my money paid back, so I couldn't get another Xbox, because my plan was to just get an Xbox One console instead, because at least with an Xbox One I could play all of the backwards compatible games. Obviously not The Sims 3, because that's not backwards compatible, but I could have played Saints Row and all of the other games that I bought. I bought Max Payne 3 as well, and Tomb Raider. I could have easily have played those on that console, and I don't think that I would have had any issues with Xbox Live, so I thought, right, I'll just do that. I'll have to wait until I get my refund back and wait until I get paid next month. So I had to wait a whole month in order to get another Xbox. So I didn't want to pay much more than what I paid for the Xbox 360. Obviously, they are a lot more expensive, but I was wanting to just pay about 80 to 100 quid. So I had to shop online just to see what they offered, and I found an Xbox One S from Game pre-owned for only 80 quid. It was on a sale. So I bought that, obviously. I thought, it's Game, they normally test things. They're normally a lot better when it comes to consoles compared to CEX. So I thought, I'm going to have no issues with this. I got myself really excited again, and guess what happened? It got delayed and it got lost in transit with the package company Every that they use. If you don't know what these stores are, Game is a video game store in the UK, and CEX is also the same kind of thing, but they sell and buy pre-owned consoles, electronics, and games and DVDs that you can go and buy. Just for any of you that are not from the UK, you've never heard of these stores, that's what they are, just thought I'd quickly say. But yeah, Game, they're going bust, by the way, rightfully so, with their customer service. I was trying to get in touch with them for the whole week, and I had to go through all of the chat live service, so I had a right ball ache with that. I thought, is this even meant to be? Driving me crazy. So that got lost in transit. I never got that. I had to wait a full 2 weeks to be able to get my refund back, so I could actually go to a store and buy it. So then finally got my refund. I had a bit more money as well, so I could actually go to CEX, spend a bit more money on a better console. So I went all the way to CEX to look for a console, and every single one of them looked very, like, dirty for the price that they're charging. And I thought, I'm not spending over 100 quid on a console that's gonna look like shit. So I thought, why don't I just go home, look online, and try find something again. So I did exactly that. I went onto Amazon. Normally I get really good quality products from Amazon. I don't normally have an issue. I went onto Amazon, and you know, like, they can do those third-party sellers. I found one, and it was 150 quid. It looked like it was a good console. They had the box and everything, and it even said that it was in good condition. It's been repaired. It was a refurbished console, so it means that it's working correctly. All of the original items were in there. That's what it said on the website. So I thought, I can trust this, I'm going to have no issues, got myself hyped up again, and guess what happened? It arrived, and it was definitely not in good condition. It looked like shit. Like, it was yellow. It was yellow, it was dusty, they didn't even bother to dust it off. Didn't come with its original stuff, like the controller wasn't the same colour, it was a blue controller, so that's obviously very pre-owned. Didn't have the original box. Didn't even have the frigging charger for the controller, like the correct one. I'm sure that they give me like a Samsung charger for your mobile phone. Like, it was just so bad. I thought, I am not keeping this. No way have you just scammed me out of 150 quid and you're expecting me to keep this bag of shit. So I had to send it back. And now I've just decided, do not get an Xbox. Just wait until you can afford a PS5 and just forget about the retro games, just forget about it. That's just how I have to be. I've just gone through so much hassle trying to get one that I'm just exhausted to the point where I just don't want one anymore. So yeah, I'm not meant to have an Xbox. Definitely I'm meant to have a PlayStation. That's what I've had all of my life. I'll stick to what I know. A lot less stressful, but that is my story of how stressful my past 2 weeks have been. Like no decision that I've seemed to have made has been the right decision. It's always just gone to shit. It's been like this ever since bloody 2020, I won't lie to you. I don't know what's going on with the world, but it feels like the world hates me at this point. I don't know. I feel like there's a witch out there that's put a fucking curse on me or something. Karma will get you back, love, don't you worry. But yeah, that's my rant out of the way. That is the video done. I just want to say, please subscribe if you haven't already. I don't want to keep doing this in my videos, but it will help me out and it will help me with the algorithm. Please like the video if you can as well. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have to do this in a few of my videos just to build up my channel. And for anyone that has subscribed, commented, liked, I thank you so much. It really means a lot. And that is it. I will see you in the next video, which will either be a build challenge or it'll be another speed build for The Sims 3 as I work on a Sims 4 project that'll be out eventually. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.